Hi, my magical creatures, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is my best friend was transphobic of me. So before we begin, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, a like, and don't forget to subscribe. It's a free way to help your girl out. So let's get started. Okay, y'all. Okay, so people have been asking me for Storytime videos and stuff like that. So I was doing my makeup today, and this incident, this memory that I had, I cannot believe I did not share this story with y'all. So this Storytime takes back at Ratchet University. Yes, I'm gonna have to do like a whole playlist of Ratchet University because I had so much crap that happened there. I can't believe like I'm still like I made it out alive there. So okay, so basically how I met, so this girl, I don't know what we're gonna call her. I'm thinking like, I wanna call her fake because she was fake. So, okay, so I was at Ratchet University, y'all. So I was in this trigonometry class for math or whatever. And y'all, like, I was not doing so good in that class. I did not know what was going on in that class. Like, I look cute, like my makeup, my outfit, everything. Like, looks mattered. I would have gotten an A+ in that class. But when it came to trigonometry smarts, no. So, so I ended up getting a tutor, you guys. So I was in this program called Trio. So basically Trio, it's like a program. So like if you're like a first generation student or low income, basically it's like a program that basically helps you become more successful, like acing your classes and getting your associate's degree, blah, 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 blah. So I was in Trio. So of course, you know, I was telling like my counselor there, I was like, I'm not doing so good in this class. I don't know what to do. What do I do? What do I does? Because I'm not making it. And I feel so stupid when I get my test back and everybody's like, what'd you get? What'd you get? And I'm like, a D. So yes, I was failing trig. So they're like, don't worry. We have a math tutor that's awesome. You should just go in there. I think it was from like 12 to 1. So like every lunch period that I had, I was going there from 12 to 1 every day. So basically, so I went in there. So of course, her name, we're gonna call her Fake. So Fake was there at the desk, and you know, she was really quiet at first, you know, because I was new. She's new. And of course, she had like an accent or whatever. I think her family and her, I think they were from Ethiopia. So she was a woman of color. Yeah, she was from Ethiopia, and how she looked, she basically had big hips, big booty, big breasts, just big everything. And she was tall too. She was taller than me. And I was like, geez. Not that looks matter or anything, but I just wanted you guys to paint a picture. I wanted to paint a picture so you guys knew, like, have an idea, like a better vision of the story. You know what I mean? So, of course, what was I gonna say? So yeah, so of course I introduced myself. So of course at this time, you guys, I was in the middle of my transition. So I was in that in-between stage. Like people didn't know if I was a boy or a girl. So of course, you know, I believe she would call me she, or I think she even asked me, she's like, what pronouns do you prefer? And I was like, she and hers. So of course me and her started talking or whatever. So of course she would help me or whatever. So of course I would do it, and then like I'll bring her my quizzes. So of course like my quizzes and stuff, we'll go over my quiz, like how, why, what happened. So I remember that. And then I remember she would like talk to me, you know, like it was just all like math stuff. And then eventually like because I was going in there every day. So of course, like I think I've seen her probably like 4 days out of the week. And then no, I've probably seen her like maybe three times out of the week, and then two times out of the week, Monday through Friday. There was a Middle Eastern guy that was like teaching there. But girl, that's a whole nother story. It's not for another video. But anyways, back to the story. So me and Fake, like we would talk and stuff. Like she ended up telling me about her family, saying like she was like from Ethiopia. She's actually was going to school to become like she was in college to become like an engineer or something like that. So of course I see why she's really smart in her maths, because she really knows what she's doing. I think the girl too, she was like in calculus 3 or something like that. Like she was in an advanced math class. I don't know how she does it, but she got the brains for it. And she would be like, so like I'll be venting to her about like the trigonometry, like, oh my God, like it's so hard. And she's like, don't worry, you got this. Like, just remember the formulas, remember this and that. And then she'll like vent to me about her like advanced calculus class. And I'm like, girl, I can't even get through trig right now. Like, you know, so but yeah, so she basically, you know, so we started like talking or whatever. And then eventually she's like commented on my makeup, and she's like, I like your makeup, you know, stuff like that. I'm like, thanks. Like, you know, I do it myself, you know, whatever. And she's like, really? Like, you do it yourself? And I was like, yeah, girl, it's so easy. I do my own makeup. She was like, oh my goodness. Like I remember this one conversation. She was all like, when you do your makeup, like, do you like get a fan and like dry your face? Because I mean, like, wouldn't it like melt off your face? I was like, no, honey, not unless you know what you're doing. Like, you won't need a fan. I do my makeup. I put, you know, the foundation on and stuff, and then I use like a powder, and then that helps sets it in place and it mattifies my makeup, and that's how my makeup stays in place. Okay, and you need a good primer. You need a good primer to, you know, glue your makeup down. So of course I was giving her the 411, you know. So, you know, she teach me math, I'll teach her makeup tips, whatever. So of course, so then that's how me and her really started like talking and like really started vibing. And then we'll go in. So then like eventually like I started venting about like my experience here at Ratchet University, like going through like transphobic things. Like I really opened up to her because I really like thought I could trust her, you know what I mean? So of course, like I told her like about like, you know, experiences me at Ratchet University, like how discriminatory stuff that I went through, being bullied, like people talking crap. I don't want to say I wasn't bullied in college, because campus police would be called, and yeah, heck no. In high school, yes, I was bullied, but in college, I just had people like give me dirty looks and look me up and down and stuff like that. So of course, like that was kind of hard to deal with, you know, going through my transition, and people giving me just the ugliest stares, like trying to figure out if I was a boy or a girl, you know. So yeah, so of course, you know, once me and her got comfortable with each other, I started like venting to her about that. And, you know, she would just tell me things like, oh, like, I'm sorry you have to go through that, like, but, you know, just be yourself, like, keep going, stuff like that. I want to say at the end of the semester, so me and her, it was cool. So, like, I would, like, run into her and stuff, like, in the parking lot, in the student parking lot or whatever. And I'm like, hey, girl. And she'd be like, hey. And then, of course, like, you know, me and her, we would always, like, you know, talk or, you know, stuff like that. Oh, yeah, another thing about her, too, like, she would always have, like, these little, like, head cover things. I wouldn't call it a hijab, but it was, like, her hair was always covered. I remember that. Her hair was always covered. And I asked her, I was like, do you ever, like, show your hair out? Like, you know, like, and she was like, no, like, I keep it covered, you know, stuff like that. And I was like, okay, well, one day you should let me do your hair, do your makeup, you know, stuff like that. And she was like, I would love that, you know, stuff like that. So, of course, like, me and her, we would, like, run into each other outside of the math tutoring place. And then, like, we would just, like, kiki for, like, 5-10 minutes. And then, you know, whatever. So, yeah. And then, of course, she started, like, venting to me, too, about, like, her problems, too. And, you know, stuff like that. And then me and her, I just thought like me and her would become like really good friends, you know, like really cool and stuff like that. But then I want to say like at the end of the semester, like she just, I don't know like what it was, like what switched or what, I don't know. But towards the end of the semester, I ended up passing my trigonometry class thanks to her. And then the other tutor that was Middle Eastern or whatever, I should do a story time on him, but you know, we'll see. So, but yeah, so I ended up telling her I passed. She's like, that's so great, you know, blah, 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 stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, like I'm gonna go get my breasts done, you know, for Christmas break. Like I'm going to get that done. I'm like really happy. I'm really excited. And she just kind of looked at me and she was just like, oh, that's great. And I was like, yeah, You know, and so I had a guy on campus say something like, oh, like you're going to hell, or it was really effed up. Like this guy really but he was crazy anyways. He was going through his own stuff and he just took it out on me because I was an easy target, I guess. But yeah, he said something like, God don't allow gays and trans and all that, and just being a freaking hater. So of course, you know, I went to campus police and made a complaint about that. And of course, they didn't do anything, but whatever. I ended up telling her about it, you know, what happened. And you know what she said to me, y'all? She was like, you know, I will have to agree with him. When she said that, you guys, like my heart really like imploded. Like it really, like I felt like I got punched in my gut. You know what I mean? Like when she said that, I was like, wait. I was like, wait, what? And she was like, yeah, Serenity, I'm gonna have to agree with him. Like, I do believe, like, you know, I believe in God, I believe in the Bible, and I just believe that, like, you know, it's a sin. And I believe, like, if you don't repent, like, you're gonna go to hell. When she said that, I didn't even know what to say. Like, I literally, like, the whole semester, like, talking, kikiing, the parking lot, like, I really opened up to you. I really let you into, like, my feelings, what I go through. Like, I just thought maybe, like, me doing that, you would, even if you don't agree with it, but you know who I am, and you know where I come from, and, you know, it really hurt when she said that to me. And it really made me look at things differently, and it really made me look at people differently too at that time. And I just looked at her and I said, okay, well, if that's what you believe in, you know, that's your belief. I can't, you know, but, you know, I hope, you know, I respect what you believe in. And so, of course, you know, I ended up walking away, and I would run into her occasionally, but not a whole lot. I stopped going to that tutoring thing when she was there. I didn't even really need to go anymore because I had already passed that math class, so I didn't really have to go anymore. But yeah, I would see her in the parking lot and stuff, and she would just look at me. I would look at her, and she would just act like she was doing something when she wasn't. But yeah, I didn't talk to her, and it just got really awkward after that. You know, it was just weird, and she just kind of was like, so I was like, okay, well, since you believe so much old school of the Bible and stuff, I just felt really backstabbed when she said that, but it's whatever. But yeah, so yeah, the time I thought she was my best friend, but she was actually a transphobic fake person. So if you like this video, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, a like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay magical.